Hello friends, so welcome to this demo. So in this lecture, we'll try to understand how we can configure the auditing onto your SQL server. So again, one thing I would like to clarify, so we'll enable the auditing or you can enable the auditing at the SQL server as well as at the database level. But in this lecture, we'll try to configure at the database level and similarly you can do at the server level as well. It is pretty simple. So just to give you a quick recap, auditing is basically when we enable it helps us to track the database activity events and with the help of which we'll be able to write those events into a Azure Storage account or to some log analytics workspace, or we can send it to a event hub as well. So we'll try to see that how we can configure that for a storage account. And why it is we have already discussed that okay, whenever you enable auditing or auditing is always required for critical instances or critical services like SQL database or key vault, because it helps you to maintain certain regulatory or compliance requirements. And from a security perspective also, you need to understand that what kind of database activities are happening. You need to gain insights into that and find out if there is any anomaly, or if you are sending it to some centralized tool like Splunk, or you are using Azure Sentinel. It will help you to correlate if tomorrow there is some activity happened or there is an attack onto a application or web server. You want to find out that okay, whether somebody is able to reach to the database and all those things. You'll be able to correlate if you have enabled the auditing. So without wasting much time, let's go to that particular SQL server which you have already created. So I'll go to the SQL database and SA-SQL DB389. So again, if you'll scroll on the left under security, you'll find the option of auditing. So if I'll click on auditing, I'll get information about the that okay, if I want to enable auditing or not. So server level auditing, it is saying is currently disabled. So I'll click on, but here we are enabling it on the database level. So if you'll click over here, the auditing we have enabled, but where we want to send all those logs. So let's choose a storage account which we have already created. So we'll use the storage account which we have already created under free trial subscription. I'll choose the storage account. This is the storage account. We can create the new one as well, SA389, and then we need to mention the retention period. So I'll mention, let's say 60 days, 2 months only, and then which key you want to use, primary or secondary, to basically access that particular storage account. So if I'll click on OK, so the auditing has been enabled onto a SQL database, and we are sending those particular activity logs to, or those auditing events to, database events to SA test 389 storage account. So click on save. It will take few seconds and this auditing has been enabled. See, successfully enabled the auditing. Okay, and similarly you can do it at the server level as well. So view the server settings. So again, these are the server settings, but you just want to show you, if you go back, or let's say SQL server, and then again under security, you'll be able to find the option of auditing. Similarly, you'll get all the options over here as well. So if I'll click on, and then again I can provide the storage account, or I can send it to event hub. So you can do as like for the all the SQL servers you are having, you are sending all those events to some, let's say, event hub, and then to some centralized account or some centralized tool like Splunk, and all the events from the database are sending to the storage account. So this is just an example I'm giving. You can do it as per your organizational requirement. So this is it, friends. In this lecture, we saw how we can enable the auditing onto our SQL database and a SQL server and send the logs to a storage account or log analytics or event hub. So thank you for watching this lecture. Meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.